So what you see, as you enter the door, where's your minis? So you see, from this vantage point, you see the, immediately in front of you, you see the little guy, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
The other slightly more experienced guy here,
mm-hmm.
and the bigger, more hardened individual
mm-hmm.
right here.
Okay.
You can kind of sense that there's some movement off to the sides, and I'm going to need you guys to do your rolling.
Initiative is the d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
I have 15.
You got 15?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you get, Maravelas?
7.
Okay. Okay. So, the guy who had been tensed, he is going to kind of come up to the door. He comes up to like just behind the door here.
Okay.
You see him just like disappear back behind the door, and that's it for him.
I mean,
and you're up.
Worst comes to worst, we could just run.
Yeah, the door's still open.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it would be easy to get out.
Yeah. Because with you, you hit yourself with your warhammer.
Yeah, let's maybe just remember that and not talk about it. We'll keep it in mind. But
yeah, just back of the mind. That's
yeah,
fine. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't suppose you have any medicine? Any curative spells? Because that would help for whatever we're about to fight.
I don't have any healing spells. I can produce a flame.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I'd like cut myself, that could be good. But a warhammer's more of a bruiser.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You gonna... I don't really know what your deal is. Are you like a spellcaster guy, like in the back, or you want to kind of roll up in there and start, I don't know, hitting?
I guess? I mean... You have claws. I mean, we could still run if we want to try. If we don't want to try to fight them.
I mean, I guess. And what? Come back later?
Right. Interesting.
wait. We got this. I got the, like, rock bread thing.
Oh, yeah. You could try tossing it at someone's head.
Yeah, I'll get around to it. I'm just, still kind of recovering from my injury.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I could attack. I do have claws. That's a +4. Do you want to run or do we want to fight? Or you run and regroup?
So, from what I've seen, I don't know what's off to the side, but I've really only seen, like, one, like, big experienced guy here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't love our odds, but it's not impossible. But, I mean, yeah, we could back off for now.
I feel like that's wiser. Regroup.
On the one hand, they're just gonna, stay ready for us.
That's true. Too bad that water can't do anything. Or we don't know what it could do anything.
Yeah, I really thought that was gonna get us in here. I don't know why he did his whole
His
rigmarole
little-
on
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I mean, could we just sit and try to figure out what's on that special ink?
Maybe not right now. They're kind of coming at us.
It's true. Can we retreat?
Sure.
I'll say, well, I mean, we're gonna say, fuck it, I could try to, that dude? Or do I do the dude? Is this
You
the...
can't see him. He's,
I can't
he's
see him,
fully
okay.
behind. So from your angle,
I can just see
you can see Johnny.
I can see Johnny.
And he kind of like... You can see the, like, oh shit, it's gonna go down look in his face.
Okay. I mean, I could turn into a ball and roll into him again.
You hit that big guy, that would be nice. Johnny, I feel a little bad for.
Fuck Johnny.
But I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I could try to take out the big guy with my rolling.
Johnny pulls out his sword as you're trying to figure out what you're doing. He's
Yeah,
pulling out
poor
his
Johnny.
sword.
So we lost the element of surprise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that we did a while back.
Yeah.
I think probably when that gate opened.
I still feel like we should just retreat for now.
Okay.
Regroup.
Yeah, I'll cover you.
So, retreat, what do I do?
You're just gonna move away?
After that.
Okay.
So your movement's like 30?
I am 30, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you can move 60 feet per round because you always get a movement. And another action which you can use to dash, which is effectively just another move. Or you can attack or whatever. But yeah. Okay, so you're 60 feet out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. You are next.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they rolled terrible.
Ah,
Oh
bummer.
my god.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't want to stay here alone, so I'll follow behind Guil. And that's all that I'll do.
Okay. From inside, you hear, "They've seen too much. Don't let them get away."
What were those plants?
And
What have we seen?
I was like, what the fuck are we saying?
this guy takes a couple steps over so that he can get into position, and he is going to shoot you with his arrow for a total of numbers 10 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. And this guy also kind of steps in behind him and pulls out a short bow, does the same, and that misses.
Might
Johnny,
even be a disadvantage if we're 60 feet
yeah,
from the door.
Yeah.
it's okay. No matter what, he missed. Johnny kind of starts running in your general direction, and this guy pops out, and you see him. Well, you don't see him because you're running away, but as you do so, you need to do a thing with some stuff. Let me double check. And I will need you to give me a strength save.
Okay. 15.
13. Plus
Good dad.
2, so 15.
And that would be...
Okay, that's intelligence. So let's check my... Because for some save, you got your proficiency bonus.
Ah, yeah.
And you manage to get out of that...
Courtyard area.
well, your feet aren't tangled.
Oh, okay.
However, this area right here is
Difficult terrain.
difficult terrain.
So that just means it costs double to move through it.
Copy that.
Okay. Then it is his turn. He is going to slip out from the door here and 10, 20. He is going to jump and try to tackle you.
We're 60 feet out, man.
No, you're not.
We're supposed to be. We each double moved.
Oh, okay. So you can see the tiles here. So this is 10, 20,
Oh,
30.
yes. Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
So 40, 50, 60.
Oh.
Okay, so then, well, in that case, then,
He's not going to do that.
yeah, he would have had to have run out here,
Okay.
and he would also then double move, and he would be about right there.
I mean, if they're coming at us one at a time, we might be able to just take them.
This guy, he double dashes to get out of the door here, but he is there. And that ends his turn. You're up.
I could try to pick off. I could try to pick off that guy.
Okay. Move up to him.
Yeah. So I'm at.
That's 30 to get to him because it's double movement.
So how close am I then?
You are 5 feet away from him right now.
Okay.
I moved you up. I don't have to.
No, that's. I'm totally cool with that.
Okay.
So I could use my claws because I'm within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
So do I?
Roll your d20 and then add your bonus to hit.
Jesus Christ! I got a fucking 3 plus 4 is 7.
Does not hit. Okay, then it is your turn.
Okay. I guess I'll go
God, they rolled so low.
back him up. Yeah, I'm very surprised by that. I will.
You know how I roll, though. Like, honestly.
True. I'll attack him with my warhammer. I also rolled a 3. 7.
Nice. Nice. Does not hit.
Okay.
Dang, Johnny.
Is he also entangled?
He is kind of just on the edge of it right now.
Okay, got it.
Um,
I'm actually an action surge, because I've got that. Nope, worse. Dice is doing the garbage.
Good.
Then I will, if we're actually going to stay and fight, I'm going to use my, where is it? Second wind to heal up a bit.
Okay.
Okay, done.
These two head up, and they kind of cluster right here at the door, trying to get close enough to be able to shoot you. Yeah, that should work. And yeah, okay. They're gonna take a shot at you.
Me?
Or me?
Probably you, because you're a bigger target.
Okay, so I have to wait to go into my shell, alright?
Yeah, I think it's an action.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Oh. Okay. So that's gonna be.
You don't trust the big die anymore.
Find my D10. They both hit, and one of them crits.
Oof.
What does that mean? Oh, critical hit.
Critical hit is you roll your damage checks twice.
So the first one was for 4. Just plain 4. And the second one is... Ooh, lucky you. 6.
So 10.
10.
Not great.
No, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's
And-
next?
Coming, I guess.
This guy here is going to get... Oh, not that one. Where is he? Can't find him. Oh, no, he's already out here. Okay, sorry. This guy is going to take a couple of steps away from the door. And he is going to cast... I'm not sure what he's going to cast. One second. And you're going to be up next.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going to cast Magic Missile at you.
Okay, I'm going to react and put up a shield.
Okay.
Just deflects all magic mistakes.
That will end their turn. He is going to... He's going to saunter up to about right here, pulls out a dagger, and throws it at you.
Okay.
And that is a 20 to hit.
That's gonna miss. I got my shield up, which gives me a +5 to my AC.
Nice. Nice. Okay. It flings off. And it is your turn. Guil.
I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess I could try rolling into a ball and hitting him with that dude.
Yeah, if you can get the momentum going for it.
Yeah, that's true. I could just try hitting him again. Because I'm within range.
What spells do you have?
Not great. I produce flame, but that's only...
I don't have any first level spells.
I don't know. It said I didn't... You can cast lower level spells using your first level spell slots. Okay.
If he's a third level druid, you should definitely have
Yeah.
a lot of spells. Minus take a
And
quick
that's why
break.
we have a session 0.
Exactly. Wait, hang on. Let me look up what druids get. You can also like turn into stuff with your wild shape. So yeah, you have 4 first level spells and 2 second level spells.
Yep. What type of druid are you?
I'm a desert druid, I think I put my...
I don't think that's one of the archetypes. You picked that at like second level, right? I guess there might be someone I don't know.
Yeah,
about.
druid circle at second level.
Yeah.
Was that one of the ones from Dan?
No, it was from this,
Okay.
I believe.
Circle of the Land, maybe? I think that usually does like different types of places. Yeah, so that's why you have Blur and Silent. Even though that's third. Maybe, yeah, you get those at third level. Okay, so yeah, you should, in addition to Blur and Silence, have 4 first level spells and 2 other second level spells.
I mean, I can have all these that say I can prepare it.
Yeah, that's what you care about.
Okay.
So pick 4, because you basically have, as a druid, access to all the spells on the first level spell list or whatever. But
Got you. But it depends on which one I want. Okay,
yeah, you can like change them out.
let's see. What would be great.
Heat metal is good.
I'll like heat metal out of his hand.
Yeah, it can make guys like drop their
Let's
weapons
do that.
or hurts them if they're wearing armor.
Like that. Spike growth? I don't know if that
Spike growth's a pretty good AoE.
It's AoE.
Yeah, it makes a bunch of spikes grow in an area, so guys like get hurt as they move through it.
I'll do that. Let's see. Flame blade.
That is like, I think it has a, no, I think it like makes a,
Evoke a fiery blade in your free hand.
yeah. You're at your limit for second level spells, by the way. That's you get 2 plus blur and silence, so you have to get 2 of those 3 that you marked.
Okay.
And you get 4 first levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Healing word is pretty good. It's like a bonus action heal. It's not for a lot. I think it's like a D4.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty good for bonus action.
Okay.
Cure wounds is a D8 of healing, but it takes your whole turn basically.
Yeah.
Fairy fire can
Charm.
be nice. Charm person, I don't know. I find it to be very situational. Like it's kind of weird to cast it in combat.
Caveat.
I think it's pretty good. Why does it not let me prepare more? Can you? Oh, maybe you can only. Okay, so I guess you can only prepare a certain number of spells. That probably depends on like your
Yeah.
fire.
So I guess I'll try heat. Wait, does this guy have a sword? Right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do heat metal for that guy. So I roll 2 d4s for.
Maybe
2d8.
spell slots. 4 first level spell slots and 2 second level spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so what do I roll for the?
Sorry.
For heat metal,
Yeah, heat metal. Oh,
2d8.
2d8s. Yeah.
He does a saving throw. He's got to do a Constitution save. The creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. I guess that's
no.
if he. Okay, any creature in physical contact. Sorry, I was reading
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah,
It
so when
doesn't
you
drop.
cast it, you do 2d8 fire damage.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
So do I roll the d20 plus the 2 8s or just the 8s?
Just
Just
the
the
2
2d8s.
Just the 2 8s. Alright, so I'll cast the heat metal on that fucker.
Well, he's got a sword and he's got armor.
I'll do that.
And I'll just as a word of caution or warning, if you would know this as having cast this before, if you do the armor, he can't drop the armor. If you do the sword, he can drop the sword.
I'm gonna do the armor. Because screw him. 23.
Nice.
Nice.
Wait.
Those are d10s.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
One thing.
What am I?
D8s are the little.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say good
Oh.
catch. Good catch. Otherwise, he was gonna get hurt, man.
Sorry. Sorry, I'll get my spatial. There. 8.
Okay.
And what else do I do?
I think that's an action to do it. Also,
Yeah.
you have cantrips. Do you have cantrips?
I do.
Okay.
I did.
Oh, no. Should be under spells. It's like your level 0 spells, basically.
Oh, I have Produce Flame.
Okay. You might. I feel like you should have just one.
You should think there's a bunch.
You get
Okay.
2 cantrips.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
2 cantrips, 4 first level, and
There are damage. I guess Produce Flame can do damage. It's like Shillelagh, which can make one of your weapons magical. Because controlled flames, get bonfire, druidcraft, frostbite. Guidance is kind of helpful. You just like let people get an extra d4 on their rolls. Poison spray pink eggs. It's a one you gotta roll for. Up to you, I suppose.
I like poison spray, that was.
Okay.
Alright. So what do I do next?
If you want to move, you can. Otherwise,
Move away, he will get a chance to attack you.
So I guess I'll move then. I mean, I guess we should start kind of still retreat.
If you want, I'm saying he'll get a chance to take a swipe at you.
Oh, unless I do something. So I should just try to attack him again?
no, you used your attack to cast the spell.
Oh, got you.
So you have, in your repertoire, you have a bonus
I have a
action, which I don't think you have anything on you that you can bonus action with. Or you can move. Or you can insult him.
Yeah.
You can always insult him.
I'll move back then.
Okay. If you back away, that will get you to the other edge of the difficult terrain here.
Copy
Right
that.
there. And for reference purposes, the gate is probably right about here.
Okay.
Alright, well, we're almost.
Just inside the gate right now. Okay. And it is now your turn.
Alright. I'll try to hit the guy in the hot armor. Natural 20.
Nice.
Sorry. Do you prefer rolling 2 dice or rolling 1 die and doubling it?
Whichever you prefer.
Let's roll. 15 bludgeoning.
He is a hurting unit.
So I'll also back off. Up to... So,
From where you're at, it'd be easier to going around and just going straight through would be basically the same. Like if you took like a step here and then go, I don't know if that it matters to you, but you wouldn't be moving through the difficult terrain.
Okay, I would prefer to avoid that, so that'd be 10 foot to move that way. I'm not exactly sure where the radius is.
Yeah.
I can probably
It'll get you right, basically right next to him. Yeah.
Okay. And that's what I'll do.
Okay. These two are gonna, actually all three now are gonna kind of come out the door here. All three of these archers. And they're still gonna shoot for you because you're,
I didn't hit you a couple times.
well, no, they would have seen you take a swipe at him.
Okay.
So they're gonna aim for you.
Okay.
Uh, 17 hit.
I'll put up another shield and shoot so it does not.
Okay, and then there's one more. That won't hit. And then the captain is going to kind of come over here by that guy. And he pulls out another dagger and throws it at you for 19.
Nope.
Okay. This guy is going to kind of take a step back here. Like that. And that will end their turn. You're up.
Okay, I feel like we're at the gate. I'll probably just go outside the gates. I mean, I have to get closer to him.
You can do your heat metal again, right? You can like trigger it as a bonus action, I think.
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Might as well.
Okay, so I'll do. Can I double up on the heat metal of his armor?
No, because heat metal is a concentration spell. And so you can only have one concentration active at any time.
So if I heated metal, so if I did it on this guy,
It would end on that.
it would end that guy. Or I can do spike growth and we have to walk through it.
Yeah, maybe get out the gate and do spike growth here just so they can't chase us.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
I don't know what the radius is.
It's 150 feet.
That's the range. So you can cast it 150 feet out. And I think it's at 20 foot radius right there.
Oh yeah, so 20 feet.
Diameter 20 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just off that.
So,
It's here. It could go like that wide, basically, somewhere.
yeah, I'll cast that, spike growth.
Okay.
Do I need a roll for that?
No, they're going to take damage when they walk through it.
Okay.
And,
As I was saying, I don't see anything.
and as the last thing he did on his turn was untangle the ground. So the weeds just kind of, the weeds that were making it difficult
Are gone.
fall away. Yep.
Okay, so I cast Spike Growth then in this
Okay.
little area and skedaddle.
Do you want to cast it in this area, or do you want to cast it like so that it catches these two?
I'll cast it on them.
Okay.
I'll catch
Okay.
them. So bam.
Okay.
You want to move?
And I'm going to move out.
You are here, so 5, 10, 15. You get 15 more movement. So I'll walk up the
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, and you're up next.
Okay. I will check the ground weapon information. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna throw my warhammer at this dude, which I assume is just basically the same as a regular attack.
Yeah.
13 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. I'll take it. Sweet. 5 damage.
Okay. Which dude, the captain or the?
The already injured man.
Okay.
Johnny.
I thought Johnny was
No,
over there.
Johnny's in the back.
Oh, sorry.
This is the guy who was tensing up.
Oh, the no-name one.
Yeah.
Did you do your heat metal on him?
I did heat metal on this guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, you can reactivate it as a bonus action on your turn. Did you do that last time?
It didn't, because I did not know that.
You should do that.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay.
We'll retcon it, and you did it kind of as you were stepping out the gate.
Alright. So that's mine.
2d8, yeah.
4 plus 7. So.
And as you do, you hear him just scream out and fall face first into the spikes. And you, because you're turned around and you see this, you see the spikes just right into his face.
Nice.
As blood just starts pouring out onto the ground.
Alright.
I like that.
With that, since my warhammer is bound to me, I can call it back to my hand as a bonus action.
Okay.
Do that, and I'm gonna book it.
Okay. The captain of the guard, he screams out, "Freddy! Ah, Jesus! They killed Freddy!" And he starts. You can see, like, because you're kind of like looking back over your shoulder. Like you see him like trying to lean over to pull him up off the spikes. The mage, the druid mage, he kind of runs over here. He has, he looks like he is a medical staff, but he isn't somebody that you have ever recalled seeing.
Okay.
Right? Like, he looks like he's wearing the type of garb that you have seen for other lower level, like, prefecture type folks.
Okay.
But not somebody that you've ever seen. He kind of runs over there and you see him start to cast some type of healing magic.
Okay.
Like, Freddy you see him, like, put a little bit more effort into his own getting out of the spikes as they are pulling him to safety.
Oh, wait, did they bring that guy back to life? Damn, that's pretty messed up.
And like his face is just scraped. Like it is like you can't really see that he's got a face. It just looks like blood
That's fun.
and ripped skin. as they're trying to get him out of the thorns and back to relative safety. These three are re-notching the bows, but they have them just trained on you at this point. With it doesn't appear any, like, they're happy to see you outside of the gate, but that's all that they got at this point.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna run home?
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
At which point we are out of combat. So, making it back to the Lanchos Tower. Is there anything you want to try to do on your way other than, is there anything you're going to do on your way?
I don't think so. Probably just going straight back is the best.
Yeah.
Unless we see that carriage somehow, then we should investigate, but...
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, we should go back and then
Tell
tell him.
take a look at the meteor. Is that something he'd care about us investigating? I mean, it's kind of outside my contract, but I'm curious.
It's also like, what, 1 to 5 miles away. I mean, we don't know how far it is, right?
So you would know that it is within Lancho's territory,
Okay.
because his territory goes out to 50 miles.
Okay. So it's big.
Because he's effectively I think maybe the right way to think of him is he's a governor,
Okay.
right? Like he's got that kind of that much real estate, but he very rarely cares, right? But this he would probably notice.
Probably those other guys for the big space rocks. It's not really my deal.
What's your passive perception?
12.
What's your passive perception?
13.
Okay, so you notice, having knowing these streets and knowing this city, you notice that there is a peculiar bird that seems to be a block and a half behind you.
Okay.
Right? It seems to be keeping its distance, but
still keeping up with us enough to keep it
Yes.
within its eyesight? Okay.
yeah. But it's not a bird that you are familiar with seeing around here, right? As you've been walking, you kind of look, glancing back, you kind of notice, it's weird that you saw that bird the second time, and then you saw it again the third time, and on the fourth time he was on a different roof. Birds don't normally do that. And then you kind of start looking ahead, you're eyeing the skyline and the rooftops, and you see it's not a small bird. It's a substantial looking bird, not the kind of thing that.
Is this an albatross we're talking about? Or a big old raven?
It looks like it's a small child with wings.
Well, that's weird. Okay.
It's a.
That is an unfamiliar bird.
Yeah, that is very.
It is a. It has 4 wings. When you see it fly, it has 4 wings.
Okay.
Right? So it looks substantially different. But you manage to make it back to Lancho's Tower.
Okay.
And he is not there.
Okay.
As you personally walk towards the door just opens up for you, right? You don't have to do anything special. It knows you. You walk in and as you know, as you very well know, the conceptual model of this structure is that it is a tower, but it is a long hall that is tilted up the tower. So the length of the hall is the height of the tower, effectively. And off to either side are rooms that are spatially wrapped around the inside of the tower.
Copy that.
Okay. That's why when you get to the top and you look out the windows, or you get to the end, you look out the windows, you're at the top looking out the windows, right? So you're familiar with the warp in spatial whatever, right? It's just, you've been there so long, it's second nature to you.
Yeah.
But you realize this now on your second journey of coming in and seeing from the inside going out and then from the outside coming back in, this is starting to kind of like make sense to you.
Yeah.
That how it's kind of like a worm wrapped inside this tunnel or in this tower, right? Like it's just the space is almost the same, but like it's just reconfigured dimensionally.
Got it. Seems like you could have just made a ring in the tower.
It would have been easier, but
Right.
You roll a history check. You roll an arcana check.
Mm-hmm. 15.
which one do I use for the history?
D20.
It'll be,
Is it
oh,
20?
yeah, it's always D20 for skills, and then you add
Where's my history?
middle history there.
Oh, so 2. 5.
Okay. So from your perspective, it's home.
Yeah.
You know that because you've taken like engagements with these wizardy type folks before.
Oh, I know.
You're familiar with like the I want to say sadistic, but sadistic isn't the right word. There's a form of bragging rights around having a magical space that has been molded to your will.
Okay.
And some of what you, like, not just some of what you see here, like the tininess of the base footprint of this structure based on the height and what you're seeing inside there, it is a substantial outpouring of enchantery here.
Okay.
And now, like, as this process is going through your head, like, you realize why he is an archmage. He's got some serious spatial manipulation skills.
So, like, the height of the tower is a status symbol kind of to the lay person, and, like, what he's done with his tower is a status symbol to people who actually don't understand magic.
Yes.
Okay.
He is certainly not a schlub. Probably maybe only a handful of folks in existence today could achieve this type of enchanting.
Okay.
But you, returning home, you have, Guil, you have, off of the, so if you think about the architecture of this building, there's a main central hallway with rooms off of each side.
Mm-hmm.
And then a large, like, kind of reception or, like, imposing room at the end with all these windows around it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one door on one side and another door on the other side. The door on this side is Lancho's personal chambers, which no one is ever allowed in under any circumstances whatsoever. The door will enforce that. In fact, you've tried following him a couple of times,
And
and
the door.
it like came in so forcefully and like threw you away that you've learned that the door will enforce it. The other door is to like a service passageway that if you want to think about like how it would be spatially functioned, it wraps around all of these other rooms, but there's a second door in every room that allows you to come in and clean it up effectively. And then at the far end, only really accessible through this servant's passage is your quarters, which frankly is a room about half the size of this room that we're currently in. And it is just barely enough for you to lay down and have like a couple personal artifacts in there. It is very cramped, but I mean it's still bigger than your burrow was back in the day, right? So there is a infirmary where Lancho's has in the past provided healthcare services for nobles and kings of foreign countries who have come seeking his service. There is, you have seen treasure or payment, maybe, from your perspective. You have seen payment go into his personal quarters and never come out, or come out sparingly.
Okay.
So there isn't any room from the front door to his door that isn't someplace where somebody visiting would be forbidden from going.
Okay.
They would most likely be watched in most circumstances by you anyways.
Okay.
Right? But so like people have kind of free reign here because nobody would be stupid enough to try to steal something from Lachos. Right? Like it would take a pretty substantial bonehead to
do it.
To try to take something. But you have, rudimentary healing skills, and there are some salves and ointments that if you wanted to do some basic healing, you could.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, did you want to patch yourself up?
I might as well.
You hit a couple times there with some arrows.
I did.
They're still sticking out of you.
I'll patch myself up. So I just roll a d20 for how I patch myself up?
Yep.
Or?
So you should have medicine.
I have a +1 for medicine. 14.
Okay. And it's pretty straightforward to take care of it and close off some of the gaping
You
wounds.
get a 14 because you get a +1 for being a total.
Oh, okay.
I am always amazed at how much of this random stuff that you have locked away inside your
I looked
brain.
at the total thing earlier.
Okay. I'd have to read it for like 3 days to be able to remember these numbers.
So, do I just add on to my hit points then?
I would say roll a d6.
Which one's
The
that
cube.
second? The cube. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. 4.
You can add 4.
Sweet.
We could also do, in-game terms of short rest where we get our hit dice back.
Mm-hmm. If you would like to do that.
Do you need to step out or something? Should we just, wait for him here?
Yeah. I mean, we could try knocking on his door. But...
So the door won't actually let you knock on it.
Never mind.
As you try, you've seen others come in and be angry, right? And they go up and you can see them pounding on it furiously, but absolutely no sound is being generated, right?
Okay.
There's a private retreat of sorts.
Okay.
In fact, even as you, having been in this space lots, you look in, when he walks in and the door is open and you look in, you can't see inside the darkness there. It's just a dark wall.
Copy. I say
He's a private man. So hanging out, taking a proper rest, or what do we want to do here, folks?
Yeah, I mean, is there a good hangout room?
Certainly not my room.
Okay, maybe not the room with the whatever jars of urine.
No.
Okay.
Is there a kitchen?
There is a kitchen. It is pretty amply stocked. You're responsible for meals. Doesn't mean that you do a great job, but you manage to throw together some porridge, and Lanchos doesn't really care to he's not a fancy guy, right?
Okay. Go hang out in the kitchen.
Okay.
Go make some food.
Sure, yeah.
Get a drink.
Yeah, I'm not too hungry after seeing that guy get all those spikes in his face, but that sounds like a decent place to sit at least.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a table where we can sit on the counter. It's all good.
Yeah, maybe we should talk about what just happened.
As you do sit on the counter, you notice that there are a couple places you put your hands like you're leaving a little blood trail.
Okay. Sure. I'll wipe that off on the chainmail.
So I'll get that later. It's fine.
Appreciate it. Sorry.
I'll just wipe it off. It's all good.
So you do some kind of, I mean, you live in a wizard's tower. Did you figure out what those plants were that they had? Did you get a good look at those?
Not really. They look big
Yeah.
and weird.
So both of you do a nature check.
Nature check.
Yeah.
What are the intelligence skills? Yeah, it's a good thing I asked because I don't know shit. I got a 7.
I got a 5.
Okay. I asked you.
Well, it was difficult to see because they were
Sure.
inside. You could see that they were plants, but let me just humor me. Let's get an insight check,
Okay.
or insight or history, whichever.
Better insight. 15.
4.
Like 8.
Okay.
Well, that's nice. So it does strike you as odd that in a room, in a building with no clear sunlight coming in,
Mm.
that there would be plants apparently growing inside a building. Like you saw enough of the floor to see
It was
that the floor was stone, cut stone.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
plants in there does seem a bit odd.
Unless they're growing up through the cracks.
You guys have kind of raised bed, right? With
Maybe.
dirt in it.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
Roll for gardening.
But it seems like that was enough to set them off. They were saying we'd seen too much, so maybe that's part of their operation.
Yeah, it can't be good because I'm guessing we can at least still tell the boss.
Is there a library? I kind of figure every wizard's tower's got one.
We gotta have a library, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we can go look at the library.
Yeah, maybe figure something out.
Botany book.
Yeah. We know sort of what they look like.
Yeah,
And
we
if
got.
they're without sunlight, they could be magic, which is, throwing everything out the window, but it doesn't hurt to look while we're waiting.
Might as well.
Okay. Let's
Another
have
trip to the library.
Oh my god.
everybody loves a trip to the library. So, what type of book are you going to pick up and look through?
I feel like there's got to be a plant book. I don't know, medicinal plants.
Or maybe even magical plant book. There's gotta be separate ones, like regular plants and magical plants. I feel like those are maybe.
Yeah, we can get one of each.
Yeah.
Look through one, look through the
You get a
other.
medicinal one, I'll take a magical one.
Go ahead, give me an investigation check for magical plants and plants.
Medicinal. Yikes. 6.
3. Jesus.
We're holding it upside down. Is book? I don't think this has anything.
You're not feeling very confident that in the first book that you picked that you've managed to find anything.
No. Can we try a second book?
Maybe swap? I don't know. How many books does he have?
I mean, as a wizard, he's got lots of books.
That's true. Yeah.
Should we
Try again?
try again?
Let's do a swap. I think that's entertaining.
Okay.
Let's do a
That's
swap.
I'll look at the magic plants.
I'll look at the regular ones.
10.
11.
Okay. So, you're looking at magical plants. You're looking at regular or medicinal.
No, I'm
plants.
looking at medicinal.
We
She's
swapped,
looking at
okay.
we swapped.
Okay.
She's looking at
So-
magical.
You come across a whole section on. It's not so much. It's not magical plants. It's plants from magic.
Okay.
And they go on to it goes on and on about how some plants can be begotten from some type of magical thing, right? Inside the medicinal one, you find. So you saw these large leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and you, being an animal of nature, the leaf, that leaf, it instantly it struck you as thoroughly not right.
Okay.
Okay, and as you're looking through that book, that leaf comes back to like, I don't know. It's the one that keeps kind of popping into your memory.
Okay.
Right? I gotta find the leaf that has the fur on the bottom with the white stripes on the top. Right? Because it literally looks like from underneath it is like almost hairy, like how under a dog looks.
Yeah.
Right? Like that kind of fur.
Okay.
But then on the top, it's like this really.
I was concerned about you gesturing to your own chest, but the dog makes sense.
Rough. But on the top, it has this really like waxy white golden like sheen. And you do come across a reference to it as being a plant that is not from this plane of existence, but is a medicinal plant from Arborea.
Okay.
But not a lot is known of its properties. It says it can be used as a core ingredient for a lot of herbs and medicines.
Fair that. All right.
It says here it's called the devil's lettuce.
Sounds fun.
Sounds kind of dangerous, but who knows?
Maybe it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, there's a lot of those science types that know for their humor, in my experience. Well, I guess that's that. That's one of them.
Yeah, we can only show that to Boss Man.
Maybe he'll know how or why they got it.
And why they didn't want us to see it.
Yeah, I mean, he suspected they were maybe taking off the labels and putting their own on there to sell, but it seems like they're making their own stuff.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
Yeah, not if they're like
I mean, if they're
dangerous.
yeah, they're trying to kill us
Right, yeah.
for seeing too much.
Shortly thereafter, you guys probably look through a couple more books, but you don't find anything else that appears relevant. You do find a couple of like in all of the magic books that you like, the magic and the medicine and whatever. You do find one book that is like a atlas of like the world, right? Showing like all these random places, and for you, you're like, oh, I've heard of that place. You weren't really sure where on a map it was, right? Like, so you kind of
Putting names to faces.
yeah, like you're kind of thinking of like you're spatially understanding the world a little bit better.
Okay.
Then you hear like in a huff, kind of Lancho's come back, and he is surrounded by just a whole cadre of folks who are talking, and some of them are yelling, and like the concern in their voice, like this is just legislative bedlam is probably the right way to, and they as they walk in, they go into the main hall, and you kind of like you pop out and like follow behind, and the main hall when you get there all of a sudden looks different than when it had, and you've seen this before. He will like kind of just wave his hand, and like the mess just goes away in a place.
What's he
And
you for?
like
I don't know.
but no, it doesn't. Doesn't go away. It's just a new place shows up in the same spot.
I see.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Gotcha.
the mess is still there, and like you'll see him like kind of like wave the other way, and like he'll be back in his mess. Like he kind of hot swaps rooms out,
I got you.
right? And so now you're sitting at like this. The end room here is a large forum where there is a amphitheater and like a plenary area. There is where before there was kind of like a all around window experience. There is now a kind of like a triangular window experience, but it wraps spatially. It wraps from this point to this point all the way around the tower. So like if you look from here to here, you can see 360 degrees, but it's all within your field of view. And as you're walking up, you see it adjust its angle of view, like the focus of it, to where the meteor had hit.
Mm-hmm.
And there is that massive crater outside of town. There was a river kind of that flowed by it, and the river now is flowing into and filling it from both directions. The forest side, like the fires that had been kicked off, look like they have largely been put out, but there's like scarring on the earth, and some of the crater itself has like melted the rock. So there's like some parts where you can see even from this distance, it is like melted magma-esque rock, but just this huge hole in the ground. And everybody is, you're hearing all these different ideas, like, oh, this was a random freak occurrence. No, this was clearly from this constellation and like everybody's arguing, like literally everybody who is anybody in this town, and in some cases even their brother and cousin, have been brought in to this room to discuss this happening. You know that it is not your place to say anything in a situation like this. And from your perspective, like, I don't know that you've ever been in a room with this many clearly, like, you recognize these people, like, you have worked for some of these people, you have stolen from some of these people, like, you know who these people are, yep. Right? And it's probably not in your best interest to say anything, right? Like, and a couple of them do bring, like, proper armed guard, like, heavy armed guards, right? Like, you hear these people clanking in, and, like, they're, even as the person is sitting in the room, like, they are, like, kind of rotating and, like, intimidating, almost, the other, nobles in the room. Without going into the exact dialogue, which would last literally 6 to 10 hours, there is a serious and heated discussion that ensues of what was the cause of this destruction. Where did it come from? Is this a one-time thing, or is this going to happen again? Folks basically go until the adrenaline has worn out from the day, and eventually they are all encouraged to retire to their various homes. Not by Lanchos. At some point, he just kind of, like, he gets flustered and he just walks off into his office, right? And after a period of time, like, the two of you are left as basically the only two souls in the room. As the last person leaves the front door, Lanchos comes out, and it's about time that those good-for-nothings leave. What did you find? Give me some good news.
Well, Teddy Blackwell wasn't there, Theodore, and so we did manage to get in.
Bad kid, that Teddy.
I mean, I would agree with you, but we did manage to get in.
Useless, good for nothing.
To the estate.
His mother. She was a looker.
Well, that's nice.
Is she still?
She died. Mysterious circumstances.
But we did get into the estate.
Terrible affair.
We did see some of the plants.
Yeah, plants. So, tell me about these plants.
Well, we were shot at and tried to get, stabbed from the guards. And so we only
Did you show them the paper?
Yeah, that was basically the first thing that we did.
And they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. They wouldn't let us in. And so we had
Teddy is a bad seed.
And they said that Teddy wasn't there, and we did get in. We managed to get in.
Sometimes bad fruit need to be plucked.
I mean, he wasn't there. There wasn't a whole lot we could do.
But we did discover that one of the plants,
But I get your meaning.
yeah, is not from this world.
Oh. Do tell.
So there was plants growing inside the estate, and
Have you ever been to other worlds?
we looked it up in a book.
2 books.
Show me these books.
Yeah, in books.
Okay.
Or the one book.
He looks at yours with the plant reference of that thing. Were you going to show him the other one?
I mean, that one just mentioned that, like, plants can be begotten by magical means, right?
Yeah, there wasn't
Okay.
that much in the other one.
I could if he wants to see it, but
Yeah.
he probably already knows that.
1 second. Follow me. And he like very briskly gets up. His robes now, like his robes are typically quite like close to him, right? But he is now moving like fast, and you see them like billow out
Mm-hmm.
from underneath him, and like the ceremonial like cloak that he wears to like really impress the ladies, right? Like it now flows like out and like seems to get bigger as he walks, right? Like he's walking kind of fast enough for it to billow like that, but like not really. Like it's extra billowy and like extra shiny. Takes you a little bit aback, like kind of like you have to take a couple steps back
Sure.
because like you feel like you're gonna get attacked by this cape. But he runs down to the potion room, and he like goes like this, and then he just kind of. So you've seen him kind of in the past, like when he doesn't like. Usually he doesn't have purpose, right? Like very rarely have you ever seen him like happily excited to do something, right? But right now, like you can see the spring in his step, and as he like steps now, the stones in the floor come up to create a stairs for him as he walks up to like one of the higher shelves and starts walking like kind of pacing in front of the shelf, and he goes and he picks up a container. It is a large glass container with a on the shelf. It looked dark and sedentary. As he picks it up, it starts to like glisten and glow and stir inside. It has a leather, like a square piece of leather that has been wrapped on it, and there is a like magical, like there's a red ribbon that's hanging down with like a little wax seal on it, and you can see as he's moving it that seal and the wax part glows, like has a magical essence to it, like super magical, this container. I've been waiting for an excuse to use this. Drink this and go find out what they are doing with those plants.
Like both of us?
Oh, I mean, you could. This thing is huge, right? Like you if you were to attempt to drink, like he yoinks the thing off, and he just kind of like pours it out into the air, like this, and it goes into your mouth.
Oh,
okay, cool. Not one of those consent kind of drinks.
No,
Just
no,
the
no.
Haitian.
here it is.
Technically, by agreeing, you've already consented. agreeing to take the mission.
Okay.
You have already consented.
Well, that was my area.
I don't know that was in the paperwork, but fine.
Would you like to resist it?
I guess not.
No, because, yeah, you know.
And from your perspective, you have never seen him this happy before. Like he is.
I mean, that's a little worrisome to me. I
He
guess.
is deeply excited about having 2 guinea pigs for this.
Oh boy. Alright, let's see what this does.
All right.
And so, it goes like, it is startling. Like it goes into your mouth way too quick, and then you feel it like, kind of that like like the reflex of your body is to try to like you have this weird like I don't want this to happen, and like it starts crawling down your throat, and like it is disconcerting. It feels like an animal has just crawled into your
I
body.
might resist it just out of reflex.
And you can
I'm
certainly
sure
try.
I'm not going to succeed, but I think I got to make the attempt. What kind of roll?
Yeah, Constitution save.
14.
You try to gag it up, and it goes down, and like you feel the movement, but then like it leaves this like cool minty like flavor in your throat,
Okay.
and it gets to your belly, and you feel like that feeling like you need to puke and like you're gonna puke, and then all of a sudden like you feel like this coldness emanate from inside, and like you look over, like this is startling. Like the look in your face is the same as the look in their face, and you look over and you can see that from the inside of them, they are going transparent.
Oh.
And you're going transparent.
Huh.
And both of you now can't see the other. And you feel yourself floating just slightly off the ground.
Are we ghosts?
Maybe.
Did we die?
I don't think we died, but we're
Okay.
certainly invisible.
Alright. And
You have
floating.
2 hours. Find out what they're up to.
Can we go through walls?
You want
I'm going to try to go through the wall.
You hit the wall.
This is almost cool. I guess we better get going.
Yeah.
We need like a...
You can't go through walls.
Thank you.
As he hears the thump.
How are we going to keep track of one another? Just like
Hold
constantly...
hands.
Yeah, okay. That's not going to
Or
give
you
you
could-
leprosy, is it?
No, you could hold on to my tail. I could just pull you.
That sounds fun. Let's do that. Okay.
Okay. So,
Are we faster with this hovering?
you...
I guess also look out for people.
So you start walking.
Mm.
You start walking, and as your intent is focused ahead of you,
Mhm.
you do feel like the distance is short. You're not faster, but you feel like somehow magically the distance gets shorter.
Okay.
Like you're moving. It's like crawling through a tunnel, like down a slide, right? Like it just, the more you go that way, the faster it feels like you're going that way.
Okay for that.
Kind of dreamlike, I guess. But you, I'm gonna say, zip basically down the road, and you find yourselves now at the gate. There are 2 folks positioned there, but the gate is like destroyed, right? Like it can't be opened, and it can't be closed. So they've got a couple people there. It looks like they hired like an ogre, like huge beastly man.
Okay.
Heavy weapons now standing in front of the gate with like a heavy battle axe. And he looks like he has seen gladiatorial combat and is just waiting to cut somebody's head off.
Yeah, but they can't see us though.
But
Right.
I will note, as you were kind of hover floating down the path, you did notice that as you like if you get up to speed or whatever, like you can just kind of go over stuff, right? Like you don't like if there was a box there or like a little like short little fence, like you just kind of like.
But we can't do that with like a 10-foot.
Getting up speed, you can.
Let's try that as opposed to. Okay, we flop over.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I like
Use
this.
this on many occasions.
Okay, so did you say that out loud, or did you think it?
I guess like as soon as we were over the gate, I might have said it very quietly because I know that
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
Okay. Roll for idiot. No.
Hang on.
Idiot check.
14 eggs.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah, so you do know that if you speak, you'll be heard. But unless you are interacting with something, you're probably not going to make any sound.
Okay.
So
we'll say you guys are about right here. It's not poor Johnny.
fuck you, Johnny. Or that's Freddy.
Yeah.
It's Freddy.
Yeah, I know.
Let's not forget.
R.I.P. Freddy. But also fuck you, Johnny.
Yeah.
So I got these two guys here, and
Is that the ogre?
let's say that this is the ogre because I did not
Okay.
bring my ogre mini down here. He's a big boy, but that is kind of what you see, and the door here is closed, but you do see some light emanating from these windows.
So we, I guess.
Okay.
Go up to the windows.
So, peering in the windows, you can see that there are a couple of people like inside. They seem to be like clearing out, and while you're like hanging out there, you see like you're standing there, and the one gentleman who seemed to be magically inclined, the health mage, right? He starts drawing an insignia on the rock, and you see everyone inside teleport out through this insignia.
Now's the time, I guess.
Sneak in.
Yeah. Real quick, did we effectively get a short rest in the time that we were at the tower? Okay. It's important for fighters.
So are we up for our max hit points then?
You can use your... Are you lower? Okay, yeah. So you got hit dice somewhere. I think it's like a D6 for druid. but I'm
Yeah,
not
should be.
100%
It's
sure.
either it should be a D6.
Okay, so you can roll a d6 to get more from the fighter, and then you add your Constitution modifier, and you can heal that much up to your level per day.
So I got 5.
So yeah, you can get 5 plus your Con, which is plus 0, so you get
Okay.
5 hit points back.
Okay.
Still pretty decent.
Cool. Alright. So they're all gone, presumably.
So there's a door here in the front, and then from what you have seen, that is about it.
Okay. We did like walk around places.
Not on the inside, not yet at least.
I meant out when we were out walking around for a bit.
It has walls all
Yeah,
around.
we just
Gotcha.
we didn't
Okay.
actually see.
I can remember how we saw the sheep.
The sheep were kind of in the front yard, and when you banged,
And then they
in,
went to
ran
the
around.
back.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I guess we go to the front, since that's the only one we know of.
I feel like we should take a stick and just gently open the door.
I take out that long hard bread.
Nice.
I poke that at the door.
Okay.
And then wait like a few seconds to see if there's any reaction.
The light. So are you poking the door all the way open, or just a crack?
And
poke
just
it a
enough for
little
us to
bit.
get through.
Yeah.
Okay. The light cast by the the candles that are inside comes out slightly past where your feet would be if they were on the ground, but it isn't such a strong light that it illuminates the area.
Okay.
Nothing seems to be happening.
I mean, I think we should just maybe go for it. Okay. They teleported out. We're invisible.
Yeah, we just feel like
Yeah. I'm holding on to your tail, so if you want to go first, then you want me to go first.
okay. You have the tail.
Stepping inside, you see
Close the doors just in case anybody looks behind them from the gate.
Yeah.
Look like
stepping inside, you see that the sigil on the ground still seems to be illuminated. But it is still about 5 to 10 feet in front of you, but it is a round circle sigiled on the ground. To your left, you see just a whole host of plants, and they are from your earlier discussions, you kind of had said maybe it's growing out of the cracks or whatever, and even under rudimentary, just a glance, you can see that these things look like they are tendrilled to the rocks or tendrilled to the ground, but don't appear to be really growing out of it.
Okay.
For the most part, you see like a viney stalk that like curls its way, and then from one spot there's one plant, from another spot there's a different plant, from another spot a tree coming out. Roll a history, insight, or arcana, whichever you feel you want, and tell me which one you're going to use. Damn.
For
I'll use
insight.
Yeah.
I'll use insight too. 19.
Okay. So you, having read about magical artifacts, you recognize that this is clearly a magical artifact somehow.
Okay.
But you're going to need to figure out where the artifact is and what that artifact is that's causing this phenomenon.
So we can take like a couple minutes and try to follow these stalks to the source, or should we just take the circle? I think those are our options right now.
Pretty much. Let's
And you do see them kind of radiating out from a central spot.
go to the central spot.
Okay.
So looking around, it doesn't take that long before you find what effectively looks like this in the middle of the room.
It's like a stick.
I don't know, it's like a dead tree coming out of a shrub.
Yeah. So you gotta wait in the woods. Do we take it? Is that what he wants?
I don't want to try taking it, but they're gonna see us like floating plane.
Why don't you just like stick it in your pocket?
How big is this plane?
It is that big.
Like,
It
Relative
literally,
to like us or relative to us?
relative to you in the room. This is in the middle of the room. All the vines seem to be emanating from this spot.
I don't know. Stick that in your mouth or something. I think it'd be pretty easy to hide somewhere.
I could try to put it in my pocket, or we could just take like a cutting.
It is a cutting. Look at it. It's tiny.
Well, we can bring it back. Well, let's just take the whole thing.
Okay.
You're just grabbing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, so that part is affixed.
Oh.
And as you do, all the plants wither and die.
Nice. Interesting. Wish all plants were that easy to kill.
Right, that too. Okay.
There's some mean blights out there.
So, I guess let's bring this back.
And you'll notice as you picked it up, it disappeared.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Do this.
I mean, it's still in your hand, but
Oh, because
Oh, I got you. Okay, I thought you just meant
you feel it, but it's invisible.
it's in my
Yeah.
okay. Like, I'm well that. Okay. Let's just go back.
I gotta ask as a observer of this situation, would you interpret that it just disappeared and that's in her hand, or would you be forced to ask?
So I see it effectively come out of the shrub.
And then
Everything
just
dies
vanish.
and then vanish. Do you still have it? I got it. Okay. Taking your word on it.
I can feel it go back.
I mean, we're supposed to find out like what they're doing with stuff, right?
Yeah, but I think it might be a bad idea to go follow them. Like a guy.
All of a sudden, 6 people show up in the middle of the room.
Yeah, let's.
And you, the large guy that looked like he was maybe the captain, he like looks over his shoulder. He's like, "Oh shit! Where the fuck?" And he runs for the front door, throwing it open, and yells out to the guards, "What the fuck did you guys do?" Gate is still closed. They turn around. "We're just standing here. Nobody, where the fuck did it go?" And he pulls out his sword, and they now start just kind of swinging in the air. Not that they're swinging at anything, because they don't know to be swinging at anything, but they're like looking around like, what the fuck's going on? We just left. Where'd it go? And the one guy who was kind of the health mage looking guy, because you guys are still kind of standing at the center of this thing, he starts walking directly at you, trying to like start searching the area. What do you guys want to do?
I guess like it might make more sense for us to split up. I can't like tell you this, but I'll like go over your tail and just like move. You know, just try to hover away from guys as much as possible.
Okay. What are you gonna do? He's coming.
I guess. So there is this door, right? But do we know?
Now where you're at, you can see that door is there. Yes.
I'm gonna go with that door.
You're just gonna walk that way?
I mean, I'm gonna hover quickly that way.
Okay. Are you gonna try to avoid bumping into people, or are you just gonna go for it?
I think I'll do my best to avoid bumping into people.
Okay. Roll a dexterity check. And for you, I'd like you to roll, since you're kind of trying to hover out of that guy's space, a stealth check.
Okay.
5. You get like past the guy who's coming your way. You like dodge him like this, but as you do it, your huge back, let's say, bumps into somebody else, and hits their elbow, and they kind of like tap the guy next to him. And he's, what'd you do that for? I didn't do anything. The other guy's like, no, I saw you. You hit him.
11.
Okay. You kind of float up, and because there's all this shrubbery that's there, even though it's decaying, you do feel yourself floating like up the wall a little bit, because you're kind of staying off the shrubbery.
Right, okay.
What are we doing next?
I mean, I kind of feel like I either go to the door or I take someone's elbow again and kind of just shove it into someone else.
Okay.
with their sword.
Okay. Let me get a... Let's do a sleight of hand check.
Four. That's not gonna work.
You like elbow check the guy, right?
Yeah.
But the sword just kind of like his arm catches it enough, and he just kind of like, and he's like, what bumped into me? And as he like turns around, do a dexterity save to see if he like grazes you with his arm.
16.
And you manage to like just his arm moves, and you're like, whoa! You float up, and you feel yourself go up a little bit higher up off the ground.
Okay.
What are we doing next?
I guess I'll try to make my way. I don't really want to go by the captain.
You could try going out a window.
I guess are the windows like latched, or are they just kind of like set in there?
The windows are closed. They're big enough that you could fit through one, but they are currently latched.
Okay. Like,
folks are starting to meander around. I need both of you to do a dexterity check. The longer this takes, the
right.
18.
16.
okay. You guys are capable of just kind of doing the dance to get around them.
Yeah, I guess I'll just as quick as I can, just
Suggestion. You could. I mean, you could grab onto the wall and just kind of like screw yourself along the wall above everyone else.
Yeah, does it seem like there's good
Like if there's like grab holds.
Do you want to try? Do you want to?
That's merely a suggestion. That's
like
all.
a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Kind of walk my way through.
Or like an exorcist type of shit.
As you think about that, you feel like those handholds like kind of just show up in front of you, right? Like like almost like ethereally, they're popping up there, and you can like, and you get yourself on the ceiling, and you're like moving.
Okay, easy enough. Then yeah, I'll do that. I'll just grab on my ethereal handholds.
That gets you. Which way are you? You're up here now. Which way do you want to go?
I kind of want to go. So
he's still at the door, right?
Yeah,
he is.
He's still hanging out at the front. Everybody's still kind of like searching around, like trying to figure out what's going on.
Does it seem like there'd be enough space to like crawl my way out the door?
Oh, yeah.
Frame? Okay, yeah, then I'll do that.
Okay, give me a dexterity check to see if you can make it out that way. Now, you can't see that she's doing this.
No, I know.
He's doing this. Sorry.
Natural one.
Natural one. As you round the corner, your ass hits the guy in the head. And
It's bigger than people would expect.
And
Got some junk in that trunk.
he hears, like he feels it, and pulls up his sword and tries to stab you.
Okay.
And misses. Okay. So you manage to get around, and they're invisible. You're in the middle of all of them now.
Perfect.
What are you doing?
I think I'm gonna try rolling up into a ball and just juggernaut his ass out of the way.
Okay.
Because now that they know we're invisible, then fuck.
Yep.
So, D20 for that?
Yep. And you can roll with advantage. Because you are...
Going bowling.
Yep. You roll twice. You roll it twice, and then you take the higher.
Okay. Can I just roll 2 at the same time?
That's the easiest.
16.
16.
I'll take that.
You have a plus something, right?
Plus your strength plus proficiency.
I have 16 strength. Oh, so I've got 2 extra strength, and 1 dexterity, so that's a 19 if you combine those two.
No, so it would be your strength and your proficiency.
What is my proficiency? Oh, so 20.
Okay. As you do manage to. Are you trying to injure him or just knock him out of your way?
Pretty much, I think I'm just gonna I'm just trying to escape this point. So if I injure him in the process, great. If not...
Okay. Give me 2d12.
Is that my d12s?
Yep.
These guys. Oh my god.
Alright.
As he is kind of trying to stab you above the doorway, you come in and you hit him right in the fucking kneecaps.
Ooh. Combined it's a 14.
Okay.
Plus your strength.
Oh,
for
plus, so
damage.
it's a
16 damage.
16 damage.
16 damage, okay.
I still got my stick.
Yeah, make sure that doesn't get like crushed as you're rolling around, I guess.
Yeah.
Also
And
cup it,
he is also
like
knocked
baby
prone.
hands.
So you are about right here. And as you hit him, he crumples and screams like a little girl. Ah! Which now all of these guys turn, recognizing that he has been hit, including these ones out here.
Okay, maybe that wasn't the best idea.
And this ogre takes his battle axe and just throws the gate open, and both these doors now wide open, and they start running in. Okay, what are we doing?
Okay, so I know that you've got the thing. So
And
I'm going to cast light on my warhammer and go like this direction to draw their attention away from the armadillo, who is God knows where.
Okay. Okay.
presumably you think I would hopefully...
Yeah, I know you would at least through the door,
Yeah,
because I
and
saw
through a
and
guy.
heard that. So I'm going to start going this direction with a lit up warhammer.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. So, as you do, the sheep that is over here starts running this way, and this one has kind of like moved here to like out of curiosity of what's going on.
Sure.
This one was down here, and it starts running away. Your light is going that way, and these guys are coming this way. What are you doing?
I mean, we can still effectively float over a wall, right?
Yep.
I think I'm going to uncurl my ball and then float over that way.
Okay. So as you go this way, you manage to hover up over the sheep, and then up over the wall, and you are out on the street.
Sweet.
I'm going to drop my warhammer, and I'm going to keep going.
Okay. You drop the warhammer, and it is a shining beacon of shininess right about there as you are going this way, and you do the same off that way. And you hear, both of you hear behind you just the utter commotion as somebody trips over the warhammer and then picks it up as it now, out of your hands, is
Once
no
I'm
longer...
out of the estate, I'm going to call it back.
Okay.
Has it disappeared? Back again into visible?
I think it was visible once I dropped it.
It's visible as soon as she drops it, but still emitting a bright light. And then as you call it back, it actually goes...
I think it just pops back into my hand.
Okay.
It's
It
not
doesn't
like
go
physical.
through, okay.
It's not Thor style. Okay.
No.
Because otherwise it would have to go through a brick wall.
Well, no. I think
Yeah.
it was magically
Okay.
bound to me, so I just
Got
put it back. And I think I can just dispel the light on it.
Okay. So now we are on the street, still invisible and hovering.
Yeah, we didn't have a plan, but I assume we'll be back at the
Yeah, I would have said, because that's where I'm going to go back
Is there
to.
anything you want to achieve before you go back?
I don't know. I don't know that I know any part of this town well enough to get up and do any mischief while invisible.
Is there any mischief that you might think about doing while on your own, invisible, without any repercussions?
That's dangerous. I mean, is there like a bank?
You do see a couple of, let's say, well-off individuals who are walking. They're dressed in their finest, as if they were headed to like a dinner out.
Okay.
They appear to have heavy purses on them. I mean, it's nighttime at this point, right? So any banks would be proper closed.
Fair enough. I feel like cut purse is not really my forte. I also don't have like a sharp object. I've got a hand axe, I guess, but I don't know if that would really.
I think I'm just gonna go back because I got this little sticky thing, and I just want to make my master happy.
Fair
He
enough.
seems so happy. Might as well keep him in a good mood.
Yeah, I guess for the sake of brevity, I'll head back as well.
Okay. So returning back, you get back, and I mean it's not incredibly long distance to the Blackwell estate, but after all of the shenanigans and tomfoolery, if you will, you come back, and shortly after you cross the threshold, you start to feel the potion. Now, it doesn't wear off quickly, but
Kind of
like
dissipates.
you're starting to see like that you're starting to see like a shadow of where your body would be.
Copy that.
And not long after you return, you were there as well. You see them walking like ahead of you and kind of starting to show in.
Cool.
Glad you made it back. That was an interesting situation.
A little dicey.
A
little dicey. But, gotta say, don't hate being invisible.
Yeah, it was cleaner than a lot of jobs, despite, whatever happened.
And I took out that dude's kneecaps.
Yeah, he totally did. Did you hear him scream?
Like a bitch.
That was, yeah, absolutely.
I'm cool with that.
Like the littlest baby bitch.
Glass jaw. That's what we say, glass jaw. But I got the stick.
Yeah, I guess bring that to Land Show?
Land show, and yeah, we'll see what's up.
I hope it was worth it, whatever happened.
Hopefully he didn't want us to go down into that whole thing. Although we couldn't. Portal, because they came back.
Right. Yeah, I guess I didn't notice if it was still there.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, if it disappeared when they came back.
Nope. When they came back, the sigil
Went away?
Yep.
Okay,
Whatever
cool.
they were doing, they're not doing it anymore.
So you hand it to Lanchos. Let me see. Very fascinating. He casts a little magic on it. It's like, ingenious. This is a sprig of Zulon. Are you familiar with Zulon?
No.
Zoolander, yes.
That's a great movie.
It is.
Zulon in Arborea. The elves say that all trees come from Zulon. In fact, maybe all plants. This twig, although, it appears to be used for the day, can be used once a day to grow a tree or other types of plants and fill up this size, about a 20-foot space of foliage. Very handy for folks who like plants or need that type of thing. I'm not really interested in plants. I don't need it. If you want it, you can have it. Just make sure nobody takes it from you.
Okay.
Well, I imagine that will cut down on the illegal medicine trade. Good job. And for you, my good sir, that feels about right.
Yeah, feels right to me. Pleasure.
May I call on you sometime in the future if I need your services?
Sure.
Wonderful. Get the fuck out.
Yes, sir.
I'll take my stick and go to my room.
I will get you the card for that stick. And
man. Got a Canadian penny in there.
Nice.
actually, you got coins from all over the world in here.
I only care about the Canadian penny.
And
Ooh, a gem.
yeah, I'll give you the coinage value here in a minute. And with that, we can call ourselves an evening.
Cool.